It was supposed to be an unforgettable night, my wife CLA's 30th birthday celebration. I never imagined it would become the moment our marriage began to fall apart. CLA and I had been together nearly 8 years. We had built a life, a home, and a bond that I believed was unshakable. Yes, we argued sometimes, but what couple didn't? I thought our foundation was strong. CLA's bright, magnetic personality was one of the things I admired most. Wherever she went, she became the center of attention without even trying. People always gravitated toward her. She could light up a room with her presence. I loved watching her interact so effortlessly with everyone. So when she decided she wanted a big celebration at a fancy downtown bar, with friends, family, co-workers, I didn't think anything of it. She always loved grand events. I agreed even if the planning felt overwhelming. Making her happy mattered more. The guest list grew, decorations were arranged, and everything was set for a memorable evening. When I came home the day of the party, she was holding up a striking red dress, smiling with excitement. "This is the one. I want to look amazing tonight," she said. I smiled back, admiring her enthusiasm. This was her moment and I wanted her to enjoy every second. The bar was already buzzing when we walked in. Music pulsing, laughter echoing, groups of friends reuniting. CLA's smile was contagious, and for a while I allowed myself to relax and soak in the atmosphere. But something felt off. It started when Jake, her ex, walked through the door. I hadn't seen him in years. Their past relationship had been brief, but even after they called it off and stayed friends, I always sensed an unspoken tension. I never fully trusted the dynamic between them. When CLA spotted him, her entire face lit up. "Jake's here," she said before rushing toward him. The hug lasted longer than it should have. The kiss on his cheek felt strangely intimate. A twist of jealousy formed in my stomach, but I tried to dismiss it. They were just old friends, right? As the night drifted on, that uneasy feeling grew. They barely separated. They laughed closely, whispered to each other, their body language speaking louder than the music around us. I noticed the way her hand rested lightly on his arm, how her gaze lingered on him too long. Everyone else became background noise. I kept telling myself I was imagining things, but the discomfort wouldn't leave. Betrayal crept in quietly, inch by inch. Then everything snapped. I saw CLA and Jake slipping away from the crowd. At first I assumed they were just stepping outside for fresh air. But something pushed me to follow. And there they were, near the window, wrapped in each other's arms. Then they kissed. Not a friendly, casual kiss. A deep, deliberate, passionate kiss. Right there. Right in front of me. Right in the middle of her birthday party. For a moment I couldn't move. My heart slammed in my chest, my mind went blank, my breath caught in my throat. The entire room seemed to shrink until only the two of them existed. The laughter, the music, the conversations, all of it faded into nothing. I felt my chest tighten, humiliation burning its way through my insides. Anger swelled, but shock kept me frozen. Her friends saw it happen. Some even laughed. No one cared that I was standing there completely shattered. I stumbled into the bathroom, gripping the sink as I stared at myself in the mirror, fighting to breathe. Every thought tangled into anger, disbelief, and heartbreak. How could she do that? Why right in front of me? Why so openly? As my pulse calmed, something shifted inside me. She thought she could humiliate me publicly and walk away unscathed. She thought I would stay quiet, swallow the pain, and carry on as if nothing happened. But she underestimated me. I stepped out of the bathroom with a clarity colder than ice. I walked straight to where CLA stood with Jake, laughing as if she hadn't just destroyed everything we had. I passed her without acknowledging her and whispered something into her best friend Amanda's ear, just enough to spark panic. Her stunned expression told me she understood the gravity of what I said. Then I walked away and found an empty corner of the bar. My hands were steady as I unlocked my phone. I scrolled through photos I had kept hidden for months. Images of Rachel, CLA's older sister. Moments we had shared, moments I never planned to reveal. But now they served their purpose. I selected a few unmistakably intimate photos and attached them to a message. I typed a short, cold line. "You wanted to embarrass me. Here's your turn." I hit send. Minutes passed like hours. Then my phone buzzed. CLA was calling. I let it ring. She had seen the message. She knew exactly what it meant. Moments later she stormed over to me, her face drained of color and twisted with rage. "What did you do? What is this? How could you?" she demanded. I stood up slowly, meeting her eyes without flinching. "You thought kissing him in front of me would mean nothing. You thought humiliating me in front of your friends was funny. Well, now you know exactly how it feels." Her expression collapsed. anger mixing with fear as she stared at the photos again. Her confidence evaporated. She had no words. "You don't get to make a fool out of me," I said quietly. "Not anymore. You made your choice tonight. And I made mine." The rest of the night fell into chaos. CLA left in tears, her friends confused and whispering. I stayed seated in the corner, numb but certain that the balance had shifted. I had taken back the control she tried to strip from me. But underneath that small sense of victory was a heavy truth. Our marriage was gone. We had crossed a line we could never return from. Nothing would ever be the same again.